Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Comic You Crave from the Geek Dad Report. I am Ryan, and this is my lovely co-host Brian. And this week we got a new comic that just came out today, actually, as we're recording on July
Booyah!
27th. And I all I saw was the title. And I said, this is just based on the title. It's either going to be really good or it's going to be really bad. And then I didn't tell Brian anything else about it.
But
And I
guess
was just
what?
waiting for his response.
It was
And
fantastic. It was so
and
good.
I know I
It's
was
so good.
so
I love this comic. We're not bearing the lead on this one. I love this comic book. We haven't even announced what it is yet, but I
pleasantly
love it. It's so
surprised.
good. I want to hug it.
The comic is now wait for it. Predator versus Judge Dredd versus Aliens.
Aliens.
Yes. So Dark Horse and IDW have teamed up to co-produce this comic together. Issue number 1 is actually being put out by Dark Horse. So if that's where, if you'd like to get it digital, just go to Dark Horse Digitals and you can pick it up there. And then I think the next 2 will be done by IDW, with the 4th one coming back to Dark Horse. So um, it's man, how do you start? So
I will. How about this? I'll start. One day when you sit at home and you're like, I really want to read a comic, but I don't know what I want to read. Well, let me tell you something. I think Dark Horse and IDW should be investigated for mind reading because it's like they reached into my mind and found the 3 things that would be the most awesome things together, and they decided to make a comic book. The comic book team up that you did not know you needed to have in your life is now in your life, and now that I've read it, I cannot imagine my life without this comic book.
yes, and the way they tied them all together, they did it so seamless and quickly.
Yeah.
Uh, it's because you're thinking, okay, so how
Well, you're
Mega
wondering how
City
they're going to team
One.
up an apocalyptic, judge,
Mhm.
a predator from another planet, and aliens. I mean, we've read. I think we reviewed an Alien versus Predator comic book where they kind of drop one on the planet and release the other ones, and that's kind of always been
Yeah.
the theme of how you release aliens. This one does a great job of using the predator and how Judge Dredd has genetic cloning to come up with the alien concept and make it work in the world of Judge Dredd. So this comic book is set in
Yeah.
Judge Dredd's world, where Predator just happens to show up on a future Earth.
Wonderfully done.
Well, and
I would have to say for how they got that set up for all 3 of them to
well,
come
yeah,
together.
it seamlessly fits in all 3 of their universes. So not once does it feel like a stretch. Predator has been coming to Earth forever. In its storyline, aliens and predators have been fighting forever. Predators have been taking alien head as trophies for as long as their
Yeah.
history's gone.
But
And
there's never
so
been an alien that had gotten to the planet yet
yeah.
until
And
now.
so we don't want to give anything away of how they do it. Let's just say that it works beautifully,
Yeah,
and
it works absolutely how you would expect it to work
well,
in
in this
Judge Dredd
comic
world.
book, it does a great job of introducing everybody, not giving away too much action, but really building up the anticipation for the next issues. This does definitely not wrap up in one issue, but it gives you
Oh no.
it gives you some badass Judge Dredd moments, especially. I think Judge Dredd kind of shines in this comic book, just shows how much of a badass he is, and it really leads into
Well,
what's going to
and
happen later.
yeah, and how much of a badass and just how much he just doesn't give a fuck. That
Yeah,
he judge during execution.
he is
There's
Judge.
no compassion
When he grabs
with
2
it.
guys and then smashes their heads together,
Yeah.
you remember what a force of nature Judge Dredd is, and it just builds that anticipation of like, okay, Predator's awesome, aliens are vicious, and now
Mhm.
you see how Judge Dredd, how awesome he is, and even if you don't know anything about Judge Dredd, you don't need to. This comic book actually does a really good job of kind of introducing his character, what he's about, and his supporting cast. And I mean, let's face it, everybody kind of knows Predator and Aliens, but even then, they still do a decent job of kind of giving a little bit of backstory on each one of them. So if you don't know anything about any of these characters, you can read this and be like, "Oh, this is going to be good," and you feel
Yes.
the tension, the buildup that comes with this. I don't know how many issues this is. I'm hoping it's going to be
I
6 issues at least.
I Yeah, they usually do 4 to 6 for these kind of crossovers. Um, I would take more, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, the creative team is John Layman, Chris Mooneyham, Michael Atiyah, and Michael Heiser. I mean, this is it's a great team. The artwork is well done. I mean,
Oh yeah.
Judge Dredd looks gritty and
Here,
he
let me find
looks
it. Let me find Dredd.
badass. He looked badass. And the Predator, sometimes you can get a Predator kind of like overdone. You know what I'm saying?
There's Dredd for you.
This Predator he's a little more simplistic looking,
Well,
but
he fits in the
but
artwork.
he's not like it's not like so much fucking shit going on. He still looks scary and badass in his own right, but it's not like gaudy.
Well,
And,
the Predator design really fits in with the world of Judge Dredd. They did a good job of making it look like that. So we still haven't quite seen the alien design yet. They're kind of leading up to that. But the thing I do love about this comic book is even in the very beginning intro, it basically shows, it tells like in this corner, Predator, and it tells a little bit about Predator.
Yeah.
And like in this corner, Judge Dredd, and this corner, aliens. You know, let's fight. It's definitely building. The comic does a great job, the first issue, of really starting to build this fight that they're all going to have with each other. And I'm, as you can tell, we are super excited. We love this comic book. I don't know if you have anything else to say about it.
No, other than I would not even wait for trade paperback. Honestly,
buy this.
This is
now.
something that I would get. Maybe I would probably buy all the individual issues on digital, and then I'll buy the trade paperback for myself.
this is definitely one that you're going to want to have on your shelves. But yeah, I mean, don't wait. Go buy this immediately. What is it? $2.99, $3.99 for the first issue.
$3.99.
$3.99. Dark Horse, IDW. Great job, guys. I am super excited for this. I did not know I needed this in my life, and now I can't imagine my life without a Judge Dredd, Predator, Alien saga, and I cannot wait to see what happens. It's going to be awesome.
We were so pleasantly surprised.
Oh my God, it was amazing. I loved it. Anyway, so
you don't know you need this in your life until you see it.
Until you read it, and you won't be able to live without it. So, Brian and Ryan at the Geek Dad Report both say, buy this comic immediately, right now. Do not waste time. Get it. You will not be disappointed.
Store or get it on digital.
If you don't like it, send it to us, and we'll keep it. We'll keep your copy on our shelves.
Yeah.
So, all right, guys, thanks for joining us. Until next time, go buy Judge Dredd versus Aliens versus Predator on IDW/Dark Horse.
Read more comics, people.
Yeah, read more comics and buy them. Support them. See you guys.
Yes.